Your freezer, that seemingly harmless appliance nestled quietly in your kitchen, might in fact be harboring a silent saboteur, an unseen enemy tirelessly working against your very essence, subtly accelerating the aging process in ways you have likely never consciously imagined. Every single item, carefully tucked away within its frosty confines, could be either a powerful, life-affirming ally, diligently adding years of vibrant health, profound clarity, and robust energy to your life, or conversely, a detrimental, insidious foe, subtly chipping away at your inherent vitality, your zest for life, your cognitive sharpness, and your overall sense of well-being. The stark truth, a revelation many find unsettling, is that some of the most common, seemingly innocuous frozen foods are relentlessly and silently undermining your health, posing a particular threat as you gracefully navigate the golden yet often nutritionally challenging years after reaching the significant milestone of 60. But please, do not allow this revelation to evoke despair, for the other, more empowering side of this discussion is an astonishingly simple yet profoundly impactful secret. 4 specific, game-changing frozen options that possess the innate power to literally transform your health trajectory, revitalizing your body from its cellular core, sharpening your mind with newfound clarity, and injecting an invigorating surge of energy into your daily life. Brace yourself for a moment of genuine shock, because one item prominently featured on our never touch list is almost certainly residing in your freezer at this very moment, and uncovering its hidden dangers and understanding its insidious impact could very well be the single most shocking and ultimately liberating revelation of your entire week, setting you on a path towards enhanced well-being that truly redefines what it means to age with grace and strength. Welcome back, my friends, to what I consider an absolutely crucial and deeply personal discussion on the often misunderstood yet profoundly impactful realm of senior nutrition. I am Dr. James Hartwell, and the unwavering mission that fuels my life's work is deeply rooted in helping you not merely endure life after the age of 60, but to absolutely flourish, to thrive with an unparalleled zest for living, to embrace each day with newfound energy, clarity, and an indomitable spirit. Over the span of more than 3 decades immersed in the intricate world of medicine, I have been a first-hand witness to countless patients grappling with nutritional advice that, quite frankly, was never meticulously designed, never thoughtfully calibrated for their unique, exquisitely evolving bodies and their shifting physiological landscapes. This profound observation is precisely why I am so passionately dedicated to cutting through the overwhelming, often contradictory, and frequently confusing dietary noise that pervades our modern world, relentlessly committed to delivering clear, intensely practical, and rigorously science-backed wisdom that genuinely, demonstrably works for mature adults like us. Wisdom that respects the profound transformations our bodies undergo. For more than a decade, my focused research has delved intensely into the intricate nuances of nutrition, specifically for individuals over 60, revealing a stark, undeniable truth that far too often goes unaddressed in mainstream health discourse. A vast majority of the prevalent dietary guidance, the advice disseminated across various platforms, is meticulously crafted and rigorously tested for the metabolisms, the energy levels, and the physiological demands of healthy 30-year-olds. Yet our bodies, as we navigate the journey past 60, undergo a series of profound, often subtle, yet deeply impactful transformations. Our unique nutritional needs shift dramatically, our digestive efficiencies change, our hormonal profiles rebalance, and what once fueled us effortlessly and optimally in our younger decades might now be actively, insidiously working against our best interests, subtly eroding our energy, our cognitive function, and our overall vibrance. It is this fundamental disconnect that I am determined to bridge, offering a compass to guide you through the complexities of aging gracefully through informed, deliberate dietary choices, empowering you to reclaim control over your health destiny with confidence and clarity. In the illuminating and genuinely transformative journey we are about to embark upon together, you will uncover with pinpoint precision which 4 specific frozen foods are actively and insidiously sabotaging your body's unique and evolving needs after the age of 60, and, perhaps even more critically, a detailed explanation of precisely why your metabolism, resilient and forgiving as it once was in your youthful prime, simply cannot process these particular items in the same efficient, forgiving manner it used to. Beyond merely exposing these hidden dangers, these dietary pitfalls that silently erode your vitality, I will passionately unveil 4 extraordinary frozen superfoods that are exquisitely and thoughtfully tailored to your changing nutritional requirements, designed to work in harmonious concert with your body's natural processes rather than in opposition to them. Even better, I will provide you with clear, remarkably effortless, and utterly achievable strategies to seamlessly integrate these power-packed, life-enhancing foods into your daily routine, all without the overwhelming burden of complicated meal planning, exhaustive ingredient lists, or the feeling of restrictive deprivation. This isn't merely a conversation about avoiding the detrimental choices, though that is certainly an essential first step. It is a profound and deeply empowering dive into understanding precisely how these simple, yet remarkably profound dietary adjustments can become your secret, most potent weapon in preserving precious, dwindling muscle mass, diligently safeguarding invaluable brain health, igniting your energy levels to previously unimaginable heights, significantly enhancing the restorative quality of your sleep, making each night a true period of deep repair and rejuvenation, and ultimately fostering a profound, unshakable sense of confidence, comfort, and radiant vitality in your own skin. We will also meticulously explore the often overlooked yet critically important aspects of optimal portion sizes, strategic timing of your meals and snacks for maximum benefit, and an array of delightful meal inspirations that promise to tantalize your taste buds, making healthy eating an utterly enjoyable and deeply satisfying experience. Prepare yourself to emerge from this comprehensive discussion not just with theoretical knowledge, but armed with immediately actionable insights, practical strategies, and empowering tools that you can implement today, paving a clear, unwavering path for a healthier, more vibrant, and undeniably more flourishing tomorrow, a future where you actively control your well-being. Before we dive into the specific details of what to enthusiastically embrace and what to judiciously discard from your freezer, it is absolutely vital, indeed foundational, to engage in an open, honest, and deeply transparent conversation about precisely why making the right frozen food choices becomes exponentially more critical, more impactful, and more consequential after the age of 60 than at any other preceding point in your expansive life journey. This foundational understanding, this bedrock of knowledge and awareness, is the essential prerequisite upon which all subsequent dietary choices will not only become clearer, but also feel inherently intuitive, empowering you with the confidence to make decisions that truly serve your highest health interests. Our bodies, in their magnificent complexity, are undergoing a series of subtle yet profoundly significant physiological shifts that regrettably often go unmentioned in general health discussions, are frequently overlooked even during routine medical checkups, and are rarely addressed with the gravitas they truly deserve in public health narratives. This oversight leaves many mature adults feeling bewildered, attributing changes to just getting old, rather than recognizing them as predictable, manageable physiological shifts that can be powerfully influenced by informed choices. Consider, for a moment, the intricate workings of your metabolism. It has been gradually, almost imperceptibly, slowing down by approximately 2 to 3% per decade since you confidently exited your 20s. This means, quite simply, that your body is naturally burning fewer calories just by existing, a quiet, unseen, yet deeply impactful change that profoundly dictates how your body utilizes energy, how it maintains weight, and how efficiently it performs its myriad cellular functions. Crucially, and this is a point often missed, as your overall caloric needs gradually dwindle, your specific nuanced nutrient requirements are, paradoxically, actually increasing. It's a bit like trying to fit a larger, more comprehensive grocery list into a progressively smaller, less accommodating shopping cart. Every single calorie you consume must count, each bite needing to pack the maximum possible nutritional punch, delivering essential vitamins, minerals, quality protein, and beneficial fats rather than empty inflammatory calories. Furthermore, as we gracefully age, our stomach's production of vital stomach acid, particularly hydrochloric acid, tends to naturally decrease. This seemingly minor internal change carries major, far-reaching implications, making it significantly more challenging for your digestive system to efficiently break down food and absorb absolutely essential nutrients such as vitamin B12, a critical player in nerve function and energy production, iron, vital for oxygen transport and combating fatigue, and calcium, the cornerstone of bone strength and nerve signaling, nutrients that are absolutely critical for sustained energy levels, robust bone strength, unimpaired cognitive function, and overall cellular vitality. Without adequate stomach acid, these crucial micronutrients pass through your system largely unabsorbed, rendering even a nutrient-rich diet less effective than it should be. Simultaneously, our senses of taste and smell, those delightful gateways to culinary pleasure, also naturally diminish over time. This physiological shift can lead to a tricky, often frustrating dilemma, either overeating in a quest to find the profound satisfaction and robust flavor that once came so easily from smaller portions, or, conversely and paradoxically, undereating because food simply doesn't hold the same enticing appeal or provide the same sensory pleasure anymore, potentially leading to dangerous nutrient deficiencies and unintended weight loss. This decline in sensory perception can also lead to a greater reliance on highly processed foods that are engineered for strong, often artificial flavors, exacerbating the issues of poor nutrition. Perhaps one of the most significant, yet frequently underappreciated changes is the gradual and often relentless loss of precious muscle mass, a pervasive and debilitating process scientifically known as sarcopenia. After the age of 30, we typically lose muscle at a measurable rate of 3 to 8% per decade, a rate that alarmingly accelerates significantly and demonstrably after the age of 60. This isn't merely about superficial appearance or a slight reduction in physical strength. Muscle mass is inextricably linked to your metabolic rate, dictating how many calories you burn at rest. It is directly correlated with the strength and density of your bones, acting as a protective scaffold. It is fundamental to maintaining your balance and coordination, preventing falls. And ultimately, it is the primary determinant of your independence and mobility as you gracefully age. Losing muscle means losing a critical buffer against falls, a primary cause of injury and disability in older adults. It means losing the strength needed for daily tasks. And it means a precipitous decline in overall physical function, impacting everything from opening a jar to climbing stairs, profoundly eroding your quality of life. The less muscle you have, the more fragile and dependent you become, underscoring the vital importance of proactive dietary and lifestyle interventions. But here, my dear friends, is some genuinely encouraging news, a powerful and empowering piece of information that I want you to truly absorb, to internalize, and to carry forward with confidence. Frozen foods, when chosen wisely, with discernment and informed intent, can become your unexpected, brilliantly effective secret weapon in this dynamic new phase of life. In many instances, properly selected frozen foods are even more nutritious, retaining a higher concentration of vital vitamins and minerals than their so-called fresh counterparts that have languished for a week or more in your refrigerator, steadily losing precious nutrients day by day due to exposure to light, air, and time. This is because produce destined for freezing is typically harvested at its absolute peak ripeness, when nutrient density is highest, and then flash frozen within hours, locking in that nutritional bounty. They offer unparalleled convenience, a true blessing, and a welcome respite on those days when cooking feels like an insurmountable, energy-draining task, or when time is simply not on your side. They dramatically reduce food waste, an undeniable benefit for both your carefully managed budget and the greater health of our planet. And perhaps most importantly, in a world that often presents unexpected challenges, They empower you to maintain consistent, optimal nutrition even when life throws its inevitable curveballs, or when you simply lack the energy or motivation for elaborate, time-consuming meal preparation. The ultimate power, the true key to unlocking these benefits, lies in discerning which ones to judiciously select and which ones to meticulously avoid. For unfortunately, the frozen food industry, in its vastness and relentless pursuit of profit, has not always catered kindly, thoughtfully, or specifically to the nuanced, evolving nutritional needs of mature adults. A vast majority of readily available frozen meals are meticulously crafted for younger, more vigorous metabolisms, completely disregarding the specific, delicate requirements of bodies navigating life over 60. They are, regrettably, frequently overloaded with excessive sodium, notoriously deficient in vital muscle-preserving protein, brimming with inflammatory ingredients that promote systemic damage, and packed with empty, nutritionally void calories that actively work against everything your aging body is striving to achieve, against every health goal you wish to realize. Let's now confront the hard, uncomfortable truths, starting with the biggest culprits currently lurking in your freezer that you might not even remotely realize are relentlessly undermining your health, silently eroding your vitality with each consumption. These are the foods that promise convenience but deliver a profound disservice to your well-being. Frozen pizza, a stealthy saboteur of senior health, undermining your body's resilience. This particular item might sting a little, perhaps even evoke a twinge of disappointment, as frozen pizza stands as a beloved, deeply ingrained comfort food for millions, an undeniable staple in countless households. I completely grasp the undeniable, almost magnetic allure of frozen pizza. It is, by all accounts, incredibly convenient, undeniably satisfying to the taste buds with its rich, savory profile, and often evokes a powerful sense of ease, familiarity, and nostalgic comfort. When fatigue inevitably sets in after a long day, or when the mere thought of embarking on a cooking endeavor feels utterly overwhelming and beyond your energy reserves, it often appears to be the perfect, effortless, and quickly gratifying solution. However, it is absolutely imperative, a professional and ethical obligation, that I reveal the profound, deeply detrimental impact frozen pizza actually has on your delicate, evolving body after 60, and precisely why it relentlessly, insidiously works against every single health goal you aspire to achieve, every step you take towards greater vitality and longevity. Firstly, and perhaps most alarmingly, the sodium content found in the vast majority of commercial frozen pizzas is absolutely staggering, reaching astronomical, medically concerning levels. A typical single suggested serving of frozen pizza, often a meager 1/4 or 1/5 of the whole, can easily contain anywhere from 700 to an astounding 1,200 milligrams of sodium. Let's be brutally honest and realistic. Who among us actually meticulously adheres to the suggested, often unrealistically small, serving size printed on the package? I have yet to encounter a single individual who conscientiously cuts a pizza into 4 precise pieces and dutifully reserves 3 for later consumption. After the age of 60, your kidneys, those vital, hard-working organs of filtration and waste elimination, become significantly less efficient, less robust at processing this massive excess sodium load. This age-related physiological inefficiency directly and immediately translates to consistently elevated blood pressure, placing undue strain on your entire cardiovascular system, a substantially increased and often silent risk of stroke, a devastating medical event, uncomfortable and often painful water retention that leaves you feeling bloated, sluggish, and generally unwell, and a severe, often unnoticed chronic strain on your cardiovascular system, which is already naturally working harder with less resilience than it did in your younger, more forgiving years. This constant, unremitting sodium assault relentlessly pushes your heart to its limits, accelerating arterial stiffness and increasing your vulnerability to a cascade of serious cardiac complications. Secondly, the pervasive abundance of highly refined carbohydrates found in the crust of most frozen pizzas unleashes massive, rapid, and profoundly disruptive blood sugar spikes. These dramatic surges in blood glucose impact your body profoundly differently now than they did when you were younger, when your metabolic machinery was more agile and forgiving. Your insulin sensitivity, the body's crucial ability to efficiently manage and regulate blood sugar levels, naturally diminishes with age, making you more prone to these extreme fluctuations. Consequently, these dramatic, sugar-laden spikes hit you with greater intensity, persist for longer durations, and cause more widespread systemic damage. This leads directly to those dreaded afternoon energy crashes, leaving you feeling mentally foggy, physically drained, chronically tired, and surprisingly irritable. Moreover, this constant assault of high glycemic load foods actively fuels systemic inflammation throughout your entire body, laying the insidious groundwork for and significantly increasing your long-term risk of developing debilitating type 2 diabetes, a condition that brings with it a host of serious complications including neuropathy, kidney disease, and cardiovascular damage. The cumulative effect of these repeated blood sugar surges over time is a relentless assault on your delicate pancreatic function and your body's glucose-regulating mechanisms. Thirdly, the processed meats frequently adorning the surfaces of many frozen pizzas. Consider the ubiquitous pepperoni, the savory sausage, and the salty ham are notorious for being heavily loaded with nitrates, artificial preservatives, synthetic colorings, and generally low-quality, industrially sourced ingredients. These pervasive compounds have been unequivocally and extensively linked by scientific research to an increased risk of various cancers, particularly colorectal cancer. And here's the truly alarming yet often overlooked part for our age group. Your body's natural, intricate, and highly efficient ability to detoxify and effectively eliminate these harmful chemicals and carcinogenic compounds diminishes significantly and progressively with age. This means these damaging, potentially cancer-causing substances linger in your system for longer, more sustained periods, inflicting more widespread, prolonged, and insidious damage than they would in a younger, more metabolically robust individual whose detoxification pathways are more agile. The cumulative burden on your liver and kidneys, already working less efficiently, becomes substantial. But here's a critical point that often goes unrecognized by most people, even those who consider themselves health conscious. Frozen pizza offers an astonishingly minuscule amount of high-quality protein relative to its colossal calorie count. After the age of 60, your body actually requires more protein than ever before, a fact often counterintuitive to conventional dietary wisdom. To diligently maintain dwindling muscle mass, to robustly support your immune system's vigilance against pathogens, and to facilitate efficient cellular repair and regeneration. Yet frozen pizza delivers a devastating onslaught of empty calories, primarily from refined carbohydrates and unhealthy fats that actively work against muscle preservation, providing insufficient amino acids for anabolic processes. You might effortlessly consume a staggering 800 calories or more from just a slice or two of a large frozen pizza, only to glean a paltry 15-20 grams of protein, an amount woefully inadequate when your body ideally needs at least 25-30 grams of high-quality, complete protein per meal for optimal health, efficient muscle protein synthesis, and satiety. Moreover, the oils commonly employed in commercial frozen pizza production are often inflammatory omega-6 oils, typically derived from cheap vegetable sources like soybean, corn, or sunflower oil, which are known contributors to chronic joint pain, widespread systemic inflammation throughout the body, and a host of other age-related degenerative diseases. If you've recently found yourself wondering why your knees ache more frequently, why your hips feel stiffer, or why a general malaise seems to pervade your body, your regular frozen pizza habit might be a silent, yet significant and powerfully exacerbating contributor to that persistent discomfort and underlying inflammatory state. It's a trade-off that is profoundly detrimental to your long-term health and well-being. Frozen breakfast pastries, sugar bombs dressed as morning fuel, derailing your day from the outset. Now let's turn our attention to another deceptively convenient category of frozen items. Those ubiquitous breakfast options that promise a quick start to your day but deliver a cascade of detrimental effects. Think about the brightly packaged Pop-Tarts, the seemingly innocent toaster strudels oozing with artificial fruit filling, pre-made frozen waffles, often dripping with high fructose corn syrup, or even certain breakfast burritos bursting with a medley of highly processed, low-quality ingredients and excessive sodium. These might initially appear to be quick, fuss-free, and appealingly simple solutions for those rushed mornings when time is a precious commodity, or when the sheer energy to cook a wholesome, nutritious breakfast is simply not there, leaving you reaching for the easiest option. However, for anyone gracefully navigating life over 60, these mass-produced products are nothing short of absolute nutritional catastrophes, meticulously engineered to appeal to your taste buds, but profoundly damaging to your metabolic health and overall vitality. Let me explain precisely and unequivocally why their regular consumption is so detrimental to your health, actively working against your body's needs in this vital stage of life. At their very core, fundamentally, these items are glorified sugar bombs, cunningly wrapped in highly refined flour and deceptively marketed with alluring imagery and clever slogans as legitimate, healthful breakfast food choices. A typical single serving of these products often contains a shocking 15 to 25 grams of added sugar, an amount that already dangerously skirts or even explicitly exceeds your entire daily recommended sugar limit before you've even had the chance to contemplate your lunch or subsequent meals. For individuals over 60, your body's intricate, delicate ability to efficiently and effectively regulate blood sugar becomes significantly compromised. This age-related decline means your pancreas is less efficient at producing insulin, and your cells are often less responsive to it, a phenomenon known as insulin resistance. This age-related physiological decline renders these morning sugar rushes particularly perilous, profoundly damaging, and uniquely insidious to your long-term health, directly contributing to chronic inflammation, oxidative stress, and accelerated cellular aging. The trans fats, still insidiously present in many frozen pastries despite some industry efforts and public health campaigns to reduce them, represent another grave, profound concern that we must address head-on with unwavering vigilance. While some food manufacturers have indeed made strides in eliminating or reducing these notoriously harmful fats, they are frequently replaced with other equally inflammatory and metabolically damaging oils, such as cheap, unsustainable palm oil or partially hydrogenated soybean oil, which is little more than trans fat in disguise. These seemingly better alternatives can dramatically elevate your risk of developing heart disease, a leading cause of mortality in older adults, contribute insidiously yet powerfully to cognitive decline, manifesting as memory lapses and mental fogginess, and significantly exacerbate the painful, debilitating symptoms of arthritis, leaving you feeling stiffer, more uncomfortable, and increasingly limited in your daily movements. These oils promote systemic inflammation at a cellular level, disrupting cell membranes and mitochondrial function, the powerhouses of your cells. Here's a little-known yet profoundly significant fact that was a profound game-changer for me when I first truly discovered and understood its implications. Consuming a high-sugar, high-carbohydrate breakfast after 60 can paradoxically make you hungrier, more prone to cravings, and less satisfied throughout the entire day. This occurs because the rapid blood sugar roller coaster created by these nutritionally devoid foods profoundly disrupts your delicate balance of hunger hormones, specifically leptin, which signals satiety, and ghrelin, which signals hunger. This hormonal imbalance leads directly to intensified cravings for more quick energy foods, subsequent and often unconscious overeating throughout the day, and unfortunately, undesirable and often stubborn weight gain, particularly around your midsection. It's crucial to understand that this accumulation of belly fat after 60 is far more than a mere cosmetic concern. It is particularly dangerous and medically concerning because it is primarily visceral fat, which surrounds your vital internal organs, actively behaving as an endocrine organ, secreting pro-inflammatory cytokines that promote chronic, low-grade inflammation throughout your entire body, directly linking it to an increased risk of heart disease, diabetes, and certain cancers. Moreover, these highly processed breakfast foods offer absolutely zero true nutritional value, providing a negligible amount of the vital micronutrients and macronutrients your body desperately demands at a time when your nutritional needs are more specific and more critical than ever before. After 60, your overall calorie needs generally decrease as your metabolism slows and activity levels might reduce, yet your specific nutrient needs for critical elements like muscle-preserving protein, bone-strengthening calcium, immune-boosting vitamin D, and various energy-producing B vitamins actually increase. Squandering those precious limited calories on empty carbohydrates and pure added sugar is, quite literally, a recipe for insidious malnutrition, a state of being nutrient deficient even if you are technically consuming enough calories to feel full. The artificial flavors, synthetic colors, and chemical preservatives liberally used in these products can also insidiously disrupt your natural sleep patterns. Many individuals over 60 already struggle with persistent sleep issues, experiencing fragmented sleep or difficulty falling asleep, and consuming these chemical-laden foods, especially first thing in the morning, can severely throw off your delicate circadian rhythms, making it even harder to achieve the deep, truly restorative, and highly essential sleep your body so desperately needs to repair, rejuvenate, and regenerate itself each night, impacting every facet of your physical and mental health. Frozen fried foods, the perfect storm of inflammation and empty calories, accelerating age-related decline. Let's now address another prevalent yet profoundly detrimental category of silent culprits lurking in many freezers across the nation: those seemingly innocent frozen chicken nuggets, the conveniently pre-portioned fish sticks, the universally beloved French fries, crispy onion rings, and the ever-popular mozzarella sticks. These ubiquitous frozen foods, often marketed for their speed and ease of preparation, are especially harmful after the age of 60, for reasons that extend far beyond simply being generally categorized as unhealthy. When foods are subjected to the intense process of frying and then subsequently flash frozen, you are inadvertently and perhaps unknowingly creating what I term a perfect storm of inflammation within your body, a cascade of pro-inflammatory reactions that profoundly impact cellular health and accelerate the aging process. The oils utilized in large-scale commercial frying operations are, more often than not, already rancid, heavily oxidized, or have been repeatedly heated to dangerously high temperatures long before these pre-fried products even reach your freezer. These oils are typically cheap, unstable vegetable oils high in omega-6 fatty acids, such